All right. Hi, everyone. This is Nancy Jo Ryan, and this is our Director Bound program, week 2. And Melanie was just sharing that she has 3 new recruits.
Awesome.
Melanie, tell us about how you got those recruits.
So I was really just more purposeful about my story and really just more purposeful about bringing it in throughout my whole entire show and really being confident about my story and the business opportunity. Before, I would really shy away from that, not offer it, not really talk about it. And I have 3 new recruits in 2 weeks.
Woohoo! That's awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. That's really, really great. Wow. I appreciate you letting us know that because that encourages everybody that's going to listen to this as well, for sure. Does anybody else have anything that they want to share that's gone well over the last 2 weeks that you're excited about? Or that you're just excited about?
I was excited that I had 2 parties close and 3 parties else, like they all overlapped. I mean, and I do all virtuals.
Okay.
So, it was just like, and then I've got 2 vendor shows, one Saturday, one next week. So it's been really busy right now.
Good.
So I'm excited about that.
Well, they call this harvest time, okay, for a reason, especially for us because everybody's back in their kitchens cooking, getting ready for holidays, getting ready for Christmas gift giving and Hanukkah. And so it's one of those things where it's really important for you to take advantage of this season and work hard because a good fall will literally set you up for your next year. Okay, it really, really will. I've seen it happen over and over with people when they have enough bookings and enough leads that they have plenty for January, February, March, and then the ball starts rolling, and it just goes like crazy. Okay. In fact, one of the first things I want to share with you is, did anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Before we go on? Okay. All right. So let me share this screen right here. And I know many of you have seen this before, but can everybody see the 2, it says 2 bookings from every party, no matter what? Okay. This really is absolutely true. If you have 2 bookings from every party in month 1, if you have 6 parties dated, minus 2 cancellations, you have 4 parties held, times 2 bookings from each show, you have 8 new parties. 8 parties dated, minus 2 cancellations, 6 parties held, times 2 bookings equals 12 new parties. Month 3, 12 parties dated, 2 cancellations, 10 parties held. Now you've got 20 new parties, all right, that you've put over the next couple of months, all right? Now what's happening is when you have 2.5 months worth of parties booked, all right, what's going to happen is you're not going to have to think about bookings anymore. Seriously, no, you don't have, because all you need is 1 from each one now, don't you? And now, when you've got 20 new parties, what you need to do is start giving some of those away to people that you've trained that you want to grow into the business, okay? To get yourself to the point, when I first started, I got myself to the point where I had 2 months booked. And it was really important for me to give away those people because you know what? There's always going to be more bookings if you're doing a good show, all right? There's always going to be more bookings. So by not letting those people die on the vine, by giving them to some of my best people and helping them build their calendar to look like as busy as mine, what ended up happening is people like Chris Mannion, Marie Friday, Joyce Salella, those are all people that I handed shows off to my first year of business, okay? And they all became executives or above. So if you only get 1 booking from every party, look at how this scenario goes. 6 parties dated, minus 2 cancellations, 4 parties held. If you get 1 booking, you've got 4 new parties. minus 2 cancellations. Now you've got 2 parties. Times 1 booking, you have 2 new parties. Guess what? You're going to be out of business by month 3 or 4, aren't you? So it's really, really important that you communicate to your host that one of the important things for me tonight is to get you 2 bookings from your show. All right. So you can let me know who you think would be apt to have a show. Okay. Because this way I'll make sure that I talk with them personally. Or who do you think would like to earn some free product or could use some, a fun night at their house? There's all kinds of reasons people have shows. Okay. But it's up to you to find those 2 people and ask your host for referrals, and then make it exciting. Say, you know what, at each one of those shows, you're going to be able to choose anything from our catalog at half price. All right, any one item. And in fact, I'm going to encourage you to save 2 of your bigger items for each of those shows, not only to spread out the cost a little bit, but also that's going to add to your friend's party and to their show level, and they'll get more free product. Okay. And it's also, it's like concrete for you that show is going to hold, because if she says, hey, I saved the knife block set to order at your show, you got to have this show. What do you mean you're thinking about canceling, And so, excuse me, I got something, something's, anyway, so I really want to encourage you to get those 2 to 3 bookings at every show, because when you do and your calendar gets really full, the stress is all gone. That is just a matter of doing the routine of your host coaching and the party and closing the show, and it's amazing. Okay, it's amazing when the stress of that is gone. Okay, now I want to share. I should say, hold on 1 second. Okay, Here it is. Stop share. Now I want to share another thing with you, and it's the Pampered Chef Party Outline. Now, I have to be honest, I do things a little differently than how they do them, all right? Hold on 1 second. There we go. This way I can look straight at you. All right. Now, what they're saying is, this is a party show outline. Do you guys know that these cards are online? Do you know about these cards? Is everybody? Okay, these are online for you. You can go to your Director Bound program, and they're in call to participation. Okay, so these are really great for you to work with your new consultants on. All right. First off, do a group hello, keep it short and sweet so the fun can begin. Simple selling. You're the factor of fun as guests prepare the recipe. Confident close. Encourage guests to talk about the products that they used, share what they loved, and shop from the catalog. And I like to call it the shop and share, okay? Check out chat, invite guests to consider 3 things: buying the products they love, host a party, or becoming a consultant. These cards give more details about each section of the party. Review the word choices provided and adapt them to your own style. One of the things that I say during the show is, I'd love for you to invite me to your home or your office. Notice I use the words invite me to your home or office to share this experience with your friends and family. I love to do office lunches also. I'll bring a pasta salad and some of my very favorite products, and you can host a show right at lunchtime during your show. All right. And those are great daytime, now if you work full time, it's not easy to do, but for me, it really works great to be able to do a daytime show, or to go right at the end, like if they get off at 4:30, to go to their office at 4:30, share an appetizer and some fun products, okay? And then they can take orders over the next 3 to 4 days. You can set them up as a Facebook group, do some things on there, but they get to see some things in action, okay? So as the guests arrive at your show, You greet people individually and personally ask them, how do you know the host? Do you live in the area? How's your day been? What did you do for dinner last night? Okay, you guys can read these as you go along. You're going to want to plant booking and recruiting leads, okay? And we just had someone share that they were more confident at their show, and so they're asking more. And they got 3 recruits in the last 2 weeks. That's amazing. That's awesome. Okay, and make sure you thank your hosts and guests for opening their homes, and especially for giving me a chance to meet all of you. And if you're doing virtual shows, you know, you have the scripts and you know what to put all on your virtual posts as well, okay? You plant booking and recruiting seeds, all right? I love to plant seeds. I love to say when you host your show, or if you know someone that would like to earn some extra money or just have some fun night out, please give me their information, because I love to help people try on the apron, okay? Try on the apron, okay? And then here's, I do a little bit different. I mean, everybody can do everything the way they like, but I do a station style show that includes everyone at the same time. They're not at different counters and tables and islands, okay? I find the biggest area in the house, and we set up 6 to 8 of the flexible mats with the tools and food that they're gonna need on that mat to prepare. Now, some people are talking about a strip show. Did you guys hear about this? Where you take a recipe and you put, you make the recipe instructions a little bit larger, and you strip the instructions, okay, into little strips, and you hand everybody a strip, and then when their number comes up, okay, now, you know, the 5th thing we're going to do, who's got slip number 5? Come on up, you're going to do that, okay? So that's the strip show. I mean, when I first heard it, I said, "Ooh, what are we doing?" Hello? And I said, "I think that's a different party." You know? But anyway, you know, that was one of the executives, Stacy, was sharing that last night on a call, and I thought that was a cute idea. What I do is I'm the recipe reader, okay? I center myself at the center of the table, not at the head or the foot, but in the center. And I'm instructing, you know, and I try to do the recipe around the table starting to my left. And I'll say, okay, we're going to have you work the can opener and, you know, the colander to do the black beans. And then we go around and we do each thing. And here's a tip that I really made life easy for me is I asked for 6 volunteers, okay? I need 6 people to come up and help me cook. Everybody else is still around the table with their glass of wine or cup of coffee or glass of iced tea, but I have a set of 2 plastic, you know, 2 of the disposable gloves at each mat, okay? And I asked for just 6 volunteers or 8 volunteers or however many mats I have. Everybody is seeing everything in action at once, and they're engaging with each other. And I always tell people, if you've got this product, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you do with it, okay? So I like to say I'm large margin in charge, okay? And they always smile at that. They laugh. It doesn't matter if you're big or small, short or tall. Just say you're large margin in charge. And it kind of gives you the authority, all right, to pull them back if we need to. But the main reason that they're there is to have fun. So, so I like the, you know, the station style where people are around the table, but I personally lost business when I did it at different sections. When I did things, you know, like one person was at the stove, another person's at the counter, you know, another group of people are at the counter, because not everybody was seeing everything in action. And even though we went over it when we closed the show, it wasn't the same. I saw my bookings go down and I saw my sales go down. All right. You're agreeing with that, Sharon? Did you have that experience too? Yeah. So, so anyway, I really like everybody seeing everything in action, but being engaged. Okay. And so that's kind of a combination of the lecture style or classic show, along with station style. And it really makes it easy, because when people say, oh my gosh, I could never do what you do. And I said, oh, really? You can't read? I'm so sorry. And they go, of course I can read. I says, well, I read a recipe and gave you some instructions on how to do the tools, which we teach you everything you need to know. Okay, you really ought to try on the apron. You know, I earned about $200 tonight. Mm-hmm. When you put the what's in it for me, you know, for them, when they know what's in it for them, it really makes a difference. And confidence is key. Confidence is key. You're not begging anybody to do anything. You're letting them know what the possibilities are, okay? So simple selling. Now, they say, you know, stop by the manual food processor. How's it going over here? There's so many reasons to love our manual food processor. These are all great things to say and things to do. So these are, familiarize yourself with these cards, okay? And then make sure you offer the business opportunity at every single show. It's really, really important. And I always leave them wanting more, okay? I don't talk about every single product. Like, I only usually talk about one power tool at every show. I let them know, oh my gosh, there are so many more things I want to share with you. Somebody else has to have a show or has to have a party so that we can talk about the Rock Crock and all the things that you can do with the Rock Crock, or the deep covered baker. If we're using the grill pan. I'm doing a lot of cool and serve salad bar shows, because I just really am focusing on trying to help people eat healthy. And so we use the grill pan. I do chicken in there, and then I chop we all chop the veggies and everything. I show them how fast and easy getting a salad bar in your fridge can be. And they're booking, because it's over $600 worth of products that I'm using. And of course, they don't want to buy all those products at full price. And of course, the express checkout is available to people, and you can do that pretty easily. But I always like to say, and you know, I have to tell you, when I started my business, my original plan was just to work the last couple weeks of September, really October and November. It was just for Christmas money. And it's really interesting, because I booked 3 to 5 shows a night. Okay, that's how many bookings I got when I did my business at the very beginning. And we were nothing like we are today. We were unknown. We were very expensive. We only had 100 products. Our vegetable peeler was $3.50 from the time I started it, and you could get an all stainless steel one at the store for 89 cents. So let me tell you, was it hard to sell that veggie peeler? You bet it was, okay? Our host program was 10% of the sales. That's it, okay? That's it. We had no host bonuses. We had no guest bonuses. We had no, if you booked a party, you got $5 at the next party, $5 off your order. That was it. Okay.
It's no wonder you did anything.
It is, Sharon. It is. People say to me all the time, oh my gosh, if I would have just started when you did. And I go, you would have quit. Like everybody else did. We didn't even have a catalog. So we had to carry everything with us. My kit cost me $400. I had to put in an investment of $400 to get $800 worth of products, because we didn't have a catalog. How was I supposed to sell something I didn't have? I couldn't show, okay? So we had something called a product on parade, okay? It was a little 3-fold, 8.5 by 11 sheet that just explained what the products were, with the name of them and a little explanation and a drawing of it. Not even a picture of it, a drawing of it, okay? So trust me, it was tough to work. We had 3 people in the home office, and one of them was Doris Christopher. Okay? There was no training people. There was nothing. It was a typewritten newsletter, okay? Trust me, we have got it made now. We have got it made. Everything is set for success, for your success, okay? So, what I was getting to was, I had lots of bookings, but I never once had someone mark the box about doing the business. And that was really curious to me. And probably about 10 years ago. I went back and I looked because I couldn't remember if I had recruited before I decided to stay. Okay, I was going, I did my 2.5 months. I was going to my sales meeting to give away 76 leads. I had 76 leads of people that wanted parties. I had them all organized by zip codes. You know, I used to be an accountant, so that explains a lot, right? But anyway, I remember, you know, going to leave my house and saying to my husband, you know, I'm giving away a business right here, you know, and he says, Nancy, if you just keep it to 2 nights a week, like we agreed, you know, you're having fun, you want to do it, keep doing it, you know. So I went to my sales meeting and I said, I'm gonna stay. And they go, great. You know, because they were expecting me to give them all these leads, you know. And I did share a ton of the leads with them, well over half, because I knew that there's no way I could take care of 76 people if I was going to do 2 shows a week. Okay. So I gave the ones that were further away. But what was really interesting is about 10 years ago, I looked back on those pages, those parties. I'm embarrassed to say I still had all my paperwork from the beginning of my business. I was a little anal about this stuff. Anyway, not one person marked the box. Yet from my very first show back in January, it was January 28th, because it was the 15th of January when I decided to stay, okay? So I had to get on the phone the next day and book some shows. And so my very first one back was January 28th. From the very first show, I recruited someone. Within 3.5 weeks, I had 5 people. They all qualified with $1,250 in sales. The next month, and I was appointed director April 1. Okay, so it is so and today it's so much easier to become a director because you just have to have 5 people. And if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, your 6 to 8 shows, you're going to cover the 5,000 yourself. Okay, so, and I really encourage you, especially to get into a good practice of doing that, because then you're never stressed out about your numbers. You're never stressed out about them. You don't even think twice about them. It's your job. I work twice a week. And, you know, every month has 30 to 31 days. So in reality, you have four weeks of working twice a week, and then you have another 3 days that you can do a sales meeting. So you're still only gone from your family twice a week. All right. I built my whole business on twice a week. My whole business. In fact, one of the things that I did when I was going through my divorce was I went through, once again, I'm really embarrassed to say, I had every calendar, every show, every time I did a downline visit, I had my paperwork so organized in boxes by the year. I went through to make sure that, I know you're laughing at me, I know. But I went through my calendars. And I made sure that I didn't break my promise of doing 2 nights a week, being gone more than 2 nights a week. And do you know that in 28 years' time, I was never gone on average more than 2 nights a week my whole career? So I can honestly tell you all the chairman's circles, executive meetings, I included trips in there, which he was with me at the trips, but I still included them. I included sales meetings. I included downline visits, all my shows, all of that stuff, okay? I included it. And I was never gone on average more than 2 nights a week. So I knew I didn't break my promise on that because I needed to prove that to myself. But I want you to know, not about that necessarily, but I wanted you to know that in 2 nights a week, I built this whole business, okay? And God poured his blessing out. And I used to pray upon my business and about my business all the time. Every time I go to a show, I prayed and asked the Lord to bless it. And who can I help tonight, Lord? Whether it be someone who's frustrated in their kitchen, let me help a host earn a lot of stuff for free. Let me help someone that's frustrated with finances, okay? Like I was. We were sinking, okay? We were sinking. And I really believe that the Lord put Pampered Chef in my life for a reason. I really, really do. It has been one of the most rewarding things other than raising my family that I could have done. I prayed for a ministry with women 3 years before I started Pampered Chef. Watch what you pray for because you'll get it. you know. And the really awesome thing about this business is we're not an employee or an employer. So we don't have to worry about losing our job. We don't have to worry about if I need more, I can do more. I don't have to ask a boss for more time, okay? And I think that's really, really important to know and to be confident that you can help people step up to the plate and do more or step back when they need to. My mom was ill 2 years ago, and I had to help with her care, right? Now, that was a privilege to be able to do that. That was a privilege. And so, but a regular job wouldn't have put up with that. All right. I was able to work around all my mom's needs. I worked at night, I worked on weekends, you know, but I didn't have to punch a clock somewhere. And that's so valuable in today's world. People want flexibility. People want to be able to make their own time frame. So don't ever think that this isn't a real job. In fact, it is an unreal job. No one would pay me what I'm paid. Even in my fourth year, no job would have paid me the amount of money I earned, you know, for the amount of hours I put in. No real job would have. This is unreal. And the fact
certainly not as a CPA.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'd be making $100,000 to $130,000 a year at the most. Okay, so needless to say, I want to encourage you to be strong and be bold and be proud out loud, because you know what, we're doing more than just helping people at their dinner table. We're changing lives through giving people opportunities, okay? That's what we're giving them. We're opportunities to take care of their family better, you know? A lot of people are embarrassed because they don't know how to cook. They don't know what to do. They don't have any of the right tools, you know? People used to come up to me all the time and say, oh, you know what? I don't cook at home at all. I'm by myself. I eat 3 meals a day out. I just had to come because my sister would have killed me if I didn't come. And I always tell them there's no token orders tonight. Go enjoy the food and the fun, enjoy the products, you know, watching them in action. And I said, please don't feel like you have to buy anything if you don't need anything. Mm-hmm. Without exception, you guys, without exception, that's my biggest order of the night. Without exception. Okay. So I want to encourage you to give people permission to buy what they need to equip their kitchens, but also let them know if you don't need anything tonight, just enjoy the food and the fun. I'm so glad you're here. Call it reverse psychology, call it whatever you want, but when you take the pressure off of people, it's amazing what happens. It's amazing what happens. And I always tell people, I'd love it if you would invite me into your home. I'd love it if you'd invite me to sit down for a cup of coffee and share what I have about the Pampered Chef. I used to be an accountant. If you know anything about accountants, they don't sell things. I'm an oxymoron standing in front of you, okay? An accountant who sells things. But I really feel like I'm helping people in their family, in their everyday lives, whether they love to cook or hate to cook. I'm going to help them get food to the table faster and easier and less expensive because it's fresh, okay, than running through the drive-thru. And you guys, I'm amazed at how much the drive-thru costs. I am just amazed. I ran through the drive-thru for my daughter. She had just gotten home from vacation, and I knew she was really stressed out. So I said, you know, Chris, I'll pick up dinner for your family. I'll come over with that. And I was just amazed at what Taco Bell costs, you guys. $47 for Taco Bell. And I didn't buy any drinks, okay? This was just, I mean, granted, she has a family of 6, but still, $47 for taco meat. I was so mad at myself. I should have not gone through the line and just made it myself, you know, brought it over to her house. But I was just amazed at how much crap food can cost, okay? Stupid.
I don't knock Taco Bell.
What's that?
I said, don't knock Taco Bell.
Oh, no, you like Taco Bell?
I do like Taco Bell.
Well, you know, I thought, oh, it's not burgers. I'll just run through Taco Bell. And she's telling me what everybody wants, and I'm going, oh my gosh, you know. But it was just, I was just amazed at what one head of lettuce, a bag of cheese, a thing of sour cream, some tomatoes, ground beef, and taco shells. What would that have cost me? maybe $12. Okay, maybe 14 at the most. All right, that's all. 1/4 the price.
Mhm.
We are helping people get real food real fast to the table. All right. Can you tell I'm a little passionate about this? All right, so let me stop the share. So you guys look at those, feel free to look at those different cards because they've got them. The only thing is I would really encourage people to do the station style show around the table or around the island like that. Your new people, definitely, Melanie, definitely encourage your new people to do it like that instead of all the different stations because it gets really chaotic. Has anybody else experienced that? When there's nobody in charge, it gets really loud, chaotic, and it's just not the same. I don't know that they have the same end result. Does that make sense? So let me ask some of you, what do you like to do at your shows? What do you feel really works?
As far as what recipes or how we present it?
Yeah. How do you like to do your show? And there's no one right way, you guys. Everybody does it what works best for them. So tell me what you like. How do you like to present your show?
I like to do a presentation style, but I have each guest fill out a ticket when they arrive, and then I'll divide up my recipe into steps, and then I'll pull them up one by one and let them try out whatever tools I'm using at the moment. Then I put their ticket with their name in a drawing for later.
Okay, that's cool. So they get a participation ticket.
Yes.
Nice. Good. I like that. Who else?
Well, I usually we do it at the island or the big kitchen table, and I have several mats set out, and I ask for a couple of volunteers, and as we're doing it, just give them the product and talk a little bit about it and send them on their way and have the other person start doing theirs. And
so are they all watching you around?
Yeah, everybody's in there. So we have handed out lap boards, but then I say, okay, come in, let's go in the kitchen. And then everybody's standing around watching while the other two help me cook.
Nice. Good. And when you have those two volunteers, those are probably your best options for your bookings and recruit leads. When you have those couple of people say, oh, let me help. I love this stuff. It's a natural bend to talk to them about the future. Okay. Good. Who else? Melanie, why don't you tell us what you're doing? You're apparently doing something right. You got 3 recruits in 2 weeks.
So, honestly, I just do presentation style. It's what I'm comfortable with, but I do ask for people to come up, and if we do like the whipped cream maker or we're doing, different things that's easy for them to do, I've done that. Have them come up and help with different things, but I'm very interested in the strip show. I think that would work for me. I felt the same way you did about the station style show. Like I have no control if everybody's doing something different, and shied away from those because I'm a controlling person. I like to be in charge. But I think I'd like to try that strip show. So I think I might do that next.
Awesome. Yep. Then you have one or two people up with you at a time. While one person is finishing what they're doing, you have the next person come up and do that. So yeah, it's a fun way to do it. Fun. Okay. All right. Who else?
I mostly do presentation. Occasionally we'll do station style, but a lot of times it has to do with how the kitchen is set up.
Mm-hmm.
And so very often it's not one that is conducive for a presentation because like you said, if you're on this counter and that counter, everybody's just disjointed. If I do have a big island where everybody can gather around, I will then do it kind of in stations, but I typically will go through the first in the beginning before we actually break up and let everybody start doing stuff. I will either talk about a certain product that they're maybe first introduced to that nobody's used yet. Or I'll talk about some of the different categories, the different collections we have. And then I still do it, not so much letting them just go off and do their own thing. We still do kind of everything together. And I'll just say, Sue, you now we're to the point of this, and you have that. So everybody watch Sue, and so it's still stations, but everybody's still part of it.
Nice. Good. Anybody else want to comment? How about when you're talking about doing a party or the recruiting opportunity? What are you all saying about that?
So sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
My famous line, which is the truth, has been that I've been able to pay cash for Christmas for the last 2 years. And that really has perked people up because I have 4 kids. So, being able to say that I've paid cash for Christmas and not had to use plastic or go in debt has been huge. And then showing them the value of the kits. You get, $1,000 worth of products for $250. I signed a girl at a cooking show, which I've never done before. By saying, it's $250 for $1,000 worth of product, and she signed up. So.
That's awesome. Okay. Oh, Melanie, are you on the phone and computer?
No.
Oh, okay. We had some reverb there. Nancy is, right? I got 2 screens for Nancy.
Technical problems, but I turned one off now that I got the computer to work.
Oh, okay. Good. Anybody else want to share what they say or do?
I was taught years ago, because I started this 15 years ago, to tell your story. So when I go to the house, I thank the hostess, introduce myself, and then I tell everybody why I started the business and how that has kind of transformed over the years, because it has changed. And then I hand out the little flyer and talk about the kit a little bit and all the things that it could do for them and what it's done for us, and go from there and say, it may be that you just need $100 a month for spending money or whatever you need. But I've always been told to tell your story, and that's how I've always done it.
Good. Yeah, because, people want to get to know you. They don't want to know your life story, but they want to know why you started, why you love it, and why you stay. Okay? So if you answer those 3 questions in about 30 seconds, they can get to know you more throughout the show, as you're sharing stories about your family, as you're sharing stories, about how you use different products, how you bring this to the family gatherings. And they, like my one niece always brings Easy Party Slices. Anybody remember Easy Party Slices? Remember? Holly, if you've been around, you don't remember that Easy Party?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we used to remember the Veltrumpia bread tubes. Do you remember?
Oh yes, I still have them.
Okay. So
That
we
was before me.
make this bread in these shapes. Okay. Sharon, you don't have Veltrumpia bread tubes?
I have some, but when they were current, it was before me.
Okay. All right. Because I was going to say next time you're at my house, I will give you some because I have extra. In fact, I just inherited my mom's.
Oh.
But I said, oh, great. I need more bread tubes.
They're cool.
Yeah. But anyway, you made these, and you can just do it with regular crostini bread, okay, some French bread. And there was, you made cream cheese, mayonnaise, and the Good Seasons Italian season dressing.
Oh, yes. I didn't know that's what they were called, but yes.
And then you slice cucumber really, really thin. You put a little bit of the spread on the bread. You slice cucumber really thin, and then you sprinkle with our dill and our Easy Party Slices. My niece was a little girl, 31 years. She's 36 or 37. She used to help her mom make Easy Party Slices for every holiday, and party. And to this day, Gina still brings easy slices to every gathering. We laugh because we don't even ask her what she's going to bring or what she wants to bring. We know Gina's bringing the party slices. And one time she wasn't there and people were going, "Where's the slices? Where's the party slices?" Yeah, it was so funny. It was so funny. But they're really easy. And the dip, you know what? I'll post the recipe. Oh, there's a sweet baby.
She came in to say goodnight.
Hi. Hi, baby girl. Hi. Oh, I'm missing my girls in Virginia so bad. Oh. Anyway, night, sweetheart. But, you know, people like easy recipes, and like the easy party slices, there was plenty to do all the slices, like make a whole tray of slices, and there's always leftover dip for veggies. Okay, so it's a really good vegetable dip as well. I'll put the recipe on the website, and you'll have a little nostalgia there. Okay, because you know I was 12 when I started. All right.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, in fact, I was at PT yesterday. I don't know if all of you know, but I had open heart surgery on August 8th, and so I'm going through PT, and yeah, I'm absolutely the youngest one there. I mean, by far, absolutely the youngest one there. And someone said to me, we were talking about kids, and then I said, "Well, I have 5 grandkids," and they, "No way, no way." And it's, yeah, it's, you know, I was 12 and she was 12. So I'm like, only kidding. But anyway, I says, you know what? I was 21 and she was 21. I said, she was actually 3 months older than I was when I had my first baby. So I couldn't even yell at her. But I was 42 when I was a grandma. So, you know, today women are having babies at 42. It's amazing, you know. So, but anyway, I digress. I apologize. But anyway, when you are communicating with people, when you're not selling, you're helping them fix problems or answer problems. You have solutions to their needs in the kitchen. Okay, you have solutions for gift giving ideas. It's not the same old, same old. How often do they wear a shirt? You know, I always tell moms, don't just buy your kids clothes for Christmas. Think about if they use something every single week in their kitchen. They're going to think, Mom gave me this. Okay, Mom, you know, cared about the kids getting healthy, or, you know, the slicer, the chopper, things, the rock crack, things that are going to make their life easier. They're going to use it every single week compared to a shirt they're going to wear maybe once a month, right? Look at this little face behind us. Hello. So anyway, but seriously, think about that, right? Think about that. You can make a difference in people's lives. Give people permission to buy. You know, tell the story of, you know, how many of you have a spouse that when they need to fix something, they don't think twice about going to the Home Depot and spending $130 on a tool that they're going to use once because they need it, right? In the same way, you need the right tools for your kitchen. Give yourself permission to buy the things you need to help take care of your family. You deserve that. You're going to use these products for years and years and years. And then I always say, how many people have had Pampered Chef products for 10 years or longer? Does it last? You know, and I get some testimonials right then. What you're doing is you're giving people the permission to buy. And I always say, and if you don't like to pay full price, I don't like to pay full price for things. I love a good sale. Consider inviting me into your home, and we can do this with your family and friends. We can pick a different section of the catalog. We can focus on one of our other power tools, the rock crack, the deep covered baker, any of those things. So remember to use your words wisely and to teach your people to use their words wisely. And one of the things, I know that there's some directors on this call, one of the things I really encourage you to do is to practice with your people. Even if it's over the phone on a Zoom call, or, you know, practice role playing, practice talking to people. The better you get at it, the better they'll get at it. And if they see you're confident, they'll be confident too. Okay. So, The call to action this week is to practice booking lines for the group hello, okay? Simple group selling and confident close with one other person and 2 other adults. So what I want you to do is to go to the Facebook group and get a buddy, okay? This is how, why don't we go through, we have a few minutes. Holly, go ahead, you start and introduce yourself and where you're from, okay? And just a touch about your life. Do you have kids at home? Do you work outside the home? And so that you guys can get to know each other. And I want you to buddy up over the next 2 weeks. And I want you to practice with someone, all right? So Holly, why don't you start?
Okay, my name's Holly Sheridan, and I live in Kentucky now, and I have a stepson who's in the Navy who just moved to Virginia with my grandbaby and wife.
Oh my gosh, that's where my grandkids are.
Yeah, he's on a ship there. And then I have a son here who is 16, and he's in swimming, and I've been doing this for 15 years. I actually started when he was a baby because I didn't want to go back to work full time. So
Awesome.
he's 16 now and still going strong.
Okay, and Holly, remind everyone how many recruits you have?
Like total?
Active recruits? Yeah.
6, I think. I don't even know.
Yeah, okay. Holly's working to
I've
reach
had
them up.
some who have dropped and who are just, I don't really consider them active recruits at this point because I'm needing to start over.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We all have to go there once in a while, right? Can't change your team, change your team, right? Okay, next. Up here, we have Carrie. Do you want to unmute? Let's see.
There we
Oops, wait, there we go. Go ahead, Carrie.
If the dog quits barking. I go live since I do all viral, I go live and I just tell them my name. I'm Carrie Duncan. I just wanted to pop in and thank my host so much for having me, for the next week that I will be posting this, and a little bit about me. I'm married, been married for 12 years. I have a son who just moved back from Wisconsin. So happy they moved back because now I get to see my 2 little granddaughters, who is 18 months and 3, and that is why I got into Pampered Chef. So I have that little bit of extra money that I can go and get the girls, and if we want to go for ice cream or whatever, we're not so tight on money. It's like, oh, well, not today. So
Good. Okay, so Carrie's all virtual. So if anybody else is virtual on the call, and I know there's a lot more people that listen into the call, I want to encourage everyone to go to the Facebook group and say, I'm looking for someone who, okay? So next we have Melanie. I'm going to unmute. There you go.
Okay. So I work outside the home. Well, I actually work inside my home, but I work for a corporation for 19 years. I started my Pampered Chef business 2 years ago in October, and currently have 1 active recruit, but 3 brand new people that I'm hoping to get active soon.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. All right. Nancy?
I've been a consultant since June of '96 for a little over 21 years, and I originally started to just get the product in my kitchen more all at once instead of I just skipped hosting and dove right into being a consultant. And I remember thinking I might only do 1 or 2 parties a month, and then when I got 2 or 3 bookings for my first party, I thought, oh, wait, that was fun, and I have all these bookings, so it just propelled from there. And what else did you want to know?
Do you work, you only work for Pampered Chef, right?
I only do Pampered Chef, yes. When I first started Pampered Chef, I have a degree in graphic design. That's my bachelor's, and I chose that partly because I like creativity, I like graphic design, but I chose it because I thought it would be family friendly. But what I share at my shows is that Pampered Chef graphic design, and I quickly learned which one was family friendly when I was pregnant with my youngest, taking care of 2 preschoolers, and I was literally having to stay up all night repeatedly to finish jobs that I would just get, to have them, rushed out the next morning in not very good quality just to get them to them. And Pampered Chef can fit in, as we all know, all the priorities get on the calendar first, and then we fit in Pampered Chef around that. And graphic design doesn't work that way, at least not the clients I had back then. So
Absolutely.
Pampered Chef was a great fit. So I said goodbye to graphic design. I've recently kind of gotten back into it, and it's fun, but it's still on my terms, and Pampered Chef is still my number one.
Nice. Awesome. Okay.
Where
She's in Arkansas,
Arkansas.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Nancy, you're in Arkansas.
in the northwest corner. Have 3 kids. The oldest is married. My daughter's a senior at UCA, and my youngest is a sophomore at the University of Arkansas.
Okay. Awesome. Care?
Okay. I have been with Pampered Chef for 12 years. 13. No, 13.
Okay.
I'm sorry. 13 years, and just outside of San Antonio. We're in the midst of getting ready to move. That's why my background is so bad right now. So ignore the junk. We're packing. But I have 2 children. One is 28, one is 25. You met the 25-year-old with the little one a while ago, and she's expecting again. We're very excited.
Yeah.
So, but active. I probably only have consistently anywhere from probably 4 to 7 in a month that are actually active doing something. I keep having these ones that they won't do anything for 4 or 5, almost 6 months, and then they'll put in something. I don't even know why, but they aren't willing to let it go, but they don't consistently do anything either. But I have a few. I have a few that are consistent. So, and I have about 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 that I know would like to do a whole lot more. They want to do director bound. I'm gonna, once we get through with this, I plan to run another one starting in January.
Good.
And I have people with a lot of life issues. So, and we all do. I mean, we've got a lot of that happening right now. But theirs are time-wise very, very significant, and so it's just not the right time. But we're hoping for a brand new start in 18.
There you go. Awesome.
Nancy,
Awesome. Yep.
can I just, or Nancy Joe, I should say,
Yeah.
I wanted to let people know that one of my team members is on Director Bound with us tonight. That's Misty, and you'll meet her in a little bit, but I'm real excited for her to be participating with us.
Good.
And, my team is at 9 right now, but active on average is about 5.
Okay. And you said Misty?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So Misty, let's unmute you. Okay. And Misty, you want to tell us about you?
Sure. My name is Misty Simpson, and I live in Bentonville, Arkansas. I have a full-time job and no kiddos. And I started my Pampered Chef business July this year, so I'm fairly new, and I have no active recruits yet, but I'm working on it.
Nice. Good. We love it when people embrace recruiting from the very beginning, because it really shows that you're not selfish about what you're doing. You want to help others succeed. And if you always keep with that attitude of how can I serve you, no one ever turns you away. I've never ever felt like when I've shared something with someone that they say, oh, I'd never do that, and I'll say, oh, really? Because, I understand that. I respect that. One of the things I want to teach you guys, if I haven't taught to you already, I'm running too many classes at once right now. It's my problem, so forgive me. But I want to teach you how to handle the no thank you. It's really important that, and for those of you that have heard this before, I apologize. But I really think it's important that we all have this in our back pocket. that when someone says no thank you to you, whether it's about booking a show, doing our business, whatever, to be able to come back so that you make them and you feel comfortable and good, you'll ask more people and talk to more people about it because you know how to reply. And what I like to say when someone says no thank you to me, I'll say, well, thank you for listening. Would you please do me a favor and put that in your pocket, your back pocket, and consider that a seed planted? And then if there's ever a time you'd like to water that plant, I would love to work with you. So I want you to remember me, okay? In fact, would it be okay if I put you on my VIP list and I contacted you every few months with either a season's best, a catalog, some of my favorite recipes? Because if life ever changes for you, I would love to work with you someday, because I saw that you really love our products, that you are the life of the party, that you really had fun, helping me cook tonight. Whatever reason that really attracted you to that person, you need to say why you think it would be a great fit or a great try for them. And I always let people know that you're trying the apron on. You're not committing to more than $12.50 in sales, okay? An average show is $6.50. So, got Marie Friday trying to call me here. So you just say, really you're trying the apron on a couple times, whether it's virtually, whether it's as a hobby, whether you're going to do some bookings or fairs, whether you're going to host classes in your home, do a classic show. There's so many different ways that you can do the Pampered Chef, and you just never know until you try. Mm-hmm. You never, ever know. I never thought I would have liked something like this. I let people know that all the time. I didn't even go to my high school reunion because I was so insecure. And today, it's a different, I went to my high school reunion, and I'm glad I didn't make friends. That's all I can say. But anyway, you know what? It's one of those things that it has helped me grow so much as a person, this business, and in confidence. And I just love giving, especially women, options. I love helping men get started too, but I love giving women options that they can work outside the home, not work outside the home, stay home with their children, get away from their kids, make a little bit of money or make a lot of money. I help all people in many, many different ways. And I always say that they hold the measuring stick. In fact, I said that to you tonight earlier, Holly, when we were waiting for everybody to get on, right? Don't ever apologize for what you want. Whether you want to do 2 shows, 4 shows, 6 shows, or 8, it's your business. You get to do whatever you want. We're just here to help you get there, okay? So I will put your homework online tomorrow, okay? And Nancy, thanks for turning in that beautiful sheet. I was really impressed. Oh, you wanted me to talk about fundraisers really quick. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to take a few minutes and talk about fundraisers. Sorry. I love doing fundraisers. One of the things when I talk to a chairman, I'll say, we have a little different program. First off, we don't increase the prices of our product so that the money we're giving you is really gouging the end buyer. Okay, so think about the wrapping paper, the popcorn, the cookie dough. Those things all those companies all double their price to be able to give you 50 or 55%. It's no sacrifice on that company. We don't raise our prices at all when we do a fundraiser, and you're going to earn 15% up to 15% from the company. And I personally donate up to 15% of my commission, and I give you an extra 5% at every $1,000 that you sell. Okay, up to $3,000. So when you hit 3,000, you're going to be earning 30%, and so as a director, I'm still earning 5% for my costs and things. But, and think of it this way, fundraisers are a way to give back to your community, or to someone who, is sick, whatever it may be. In fact, someone just told me today they were doing a fundraiser for someone whose husband passed away. Their friends were doing it for the headstone, okay? And they were going to do, make the check out to the actual headstone company, and it says fundraiser behind it, you know? And I was going, wow, that's amazing. That's just amazing. But there's so many different ways to do it. But what I love about Pampered Chef products is that they're tangible. They're not going to eat them or wrap them or throw them away. Okay, so when people buy Pampered Chef, they usually spend more. My average order is over $65. Now, if I was buying candles, popcorn, pizza setups, cookie dough, wrapping paper, I usually don't spend more than $25. So the kids have to see that many more people to get all their orders that they need. Okay, so when mom or dad brings the books to work and sets them on the lunch table, people just order like crazy because it's tangible. They want things. It's not going to be gone as soon as they bake it or eat it or wrap it. Okay, so people really, pardon me? Go ahead.
So it's also our full product line. It's not just a few selected things.
Exactly. There's so many more things to choose from. I've had people buy full sets of cookware. They said, I have been looking for an excuse to buy cookware. Every one of the kids in the choir needed to sell at least $250 or more to not have to pay for something that they were doing. And she says, I've been looking for new cookware. She goes, I'm going to buy myself cookware with a lifetime warranty. She goes, it's a perfect excuse. And I'm supporting my child's school at the same time. Those are also all leads you can turn around. Just a side note, leads that you can turn around, and every single one of those people deserve a phone call. And I make sure that they get an email or a note from me saying that I'm going to call to talk to them specifically about your products that you purchased, because I know you weren't at a show. I'm going to give you tips, ideas, and a recipe or two, okay? And here is my phone number so you can put it in your phone, because we all know that no one answers calls that a name isn't attached to in our phone. So I don't want you to miss this very important phone call, okay? That's just a little side note. But when I'm talking to anyone who's organizing, I'll say, I know it seems like you need to sell more, but in reality, people buy more. So you end up selling less. And we can have it shipped right to the people for an extra $2 to $4. And you don't have to handle the product. No moms or dads have to come and pick things up. And nobody has to deliver it. How awesome is that? So I'm going to run it for you online. We're going to set it up. And then your involvement is pretty much done. So it really makes it easy on the coordinator. And what I tell people is all you need to do is encourage people to purchase. Okay. So does that help, Nance? What else did you want me to talk about?
It does. Can you repeat what you said about your commission? That I've always donated at least 10% or more once my expenses were covered, but on commission, I earn 17%, right? Right.
And then you also earn as a director. So you'll earn an extra 5% too. Okay. But I only give up to 15%. All right. Okay. So what I do is I say for every 1,000 you sell at 650, Pampered Chef gives you 15%. I'm going to give you 20 at 1,000, 25 at 2,000, and then 30, you'll earn 30% at 3,000 or more.
Oh, okay.
So I'm giving them 5% with each 1,000, 5% of my commission with each 1,000 that they sell. Okay. And I really think that, the only thing that they have in common, all right, is that they're in that club, they're in the choir, they're in the band, they're on the soccer team. I remember a badminton team sold over $10,000 worth, 13 girls sold over $10,000 worth of tools for new uniforms.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. And what I do is I have the people put their name first and then the student's name in the first address line. And then the second address line you know, it's all there. So I know who to give that order credit to, okay? So if that helps. So, so fundraisers are a great way to pop your commission on every other sale that you have that month. You're going to make more money. It's also a great way to pop, to add to your trip total points, okay? Your trip points. I try to do a fundraiser once a quarter, and I look for people, like if you see a benefit that they're going to do for someone who's ill, or whenever anybody calls me about a basket, you guys, I've never once gotten 1 ounce of business from a basket. Never once. Now what I say is, I'd like to help you with more than just 1 basket. How about if we do an online fundraiser with the organizers of the benefit can send out emails to all their friends and family about going to the website to order. We'll put together baskets. We'll put together a pizza basket, a baking basket, a kitchen essentials. That's entertaining. The more we sell, the more baskets we'll have for you to be able to donate. And I'll donate my pay to buy the half-price items. I'm telling you, every time. I've never had less than a $3,000 fundraiser with someone who's ill, okay? And they love it. They say, they do that Chinese raffle all the time. They say the basket for the Pampered Chef with the tickets is always double what anything else is. People want our stuff.
So you run it like a just an online party with the hostess rewards, and
yes. When it's someone that's if it's for someone that's having a benefit, okay? Because Pampered Chef won't write out a check. Now they will write out a check to a hospital, okay, on behalf of someone. So you can say Mayo Clinic, and you can put the person's name and address under there, all right? But you can't just be made out to a person. So so what I like to do, especially if it's January or one of the double product months, is to do a product. In fact, the first one I did, I'll never forget. They collected over $6,000 worth of tickets for the 6 baskets that were Pampered Chef.
Wow.
$6,000. That was amazing. It was only $3,000 worth of stuff. Okay. It was amazing. It was in a double month per thing, and I bought cookware and knives, and it's just a very sad situation. A 22-year-old girl who had cancer, and some college students don't have insurance, so it was tough. It was a tough situation. But I hope that helps, Nance. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. And if there's more things you want to talk to me about, just call me.
Okay.
I'm usually on phone calls till about 2:30 in the afternoon. Go ahead.
I have a quick question. So when you do a fundraiser that big, did I hear you say you have it direct shipped to each person?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah. Why have it shipped to you? They can pay $2 more just to have it shipped directly to them. And I always tell them go for the 75 so that they can choose a free order, a free product, and that covers the cost of the shipping.
It seems like we have a lot of people who gripe about paying the $5 shipping who end up putting orders together a lot of times. So I've never really considered asking people to pay the extra to have it direct shipped.
Once
when
again,
I did
how you present.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when I did my very first fundraiser show, I just didn't give them the option. I just said, to take the stress off the organization as a whole, we're just going to do direct ship. And I took the order form and I actually changed to just show direct ship. I didn't even put ship to host on there.
Good.
Okay, so you blacked it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? And when people say, well, I could get this from Amazon for free, you need to let them know that they need to order at least 14 times at a $7.25 shipping. They need to order 14 times in a year just to cover the cost that they paid for their Prime, their Amazon Prime. It's not free. It's only free on order 15. Okay. So you can let them know that. Because, right, you spend $100 for
Yep,
the
you
year.
sure do.
Yeah, yeah,
I have it, I know.
yeah. It's not free. I know, mine just renewed. So
Yep, yep.
thanks, you guys, for all wonderful addition and sharing. And I hope to be way more active on the Facebook page that I set up for you guys. I'm coaching 51 directors right now. So, yeah. So, needless to say, I've got everybody on a nice schedule, and next week I've got set for all my developing director and my 6 weeks to success people. So, thanks for your patience, first and foremost. But I'm hoping that you guys start interacting on the Facebook page, and you got to put on there when you get a recruit, yay, so we can all cheer you on. And so there's a little community there for a short time. It's only till the end of the year, and then you can opt out of it, if you want to. But we want to encourage each other along the way, and have some directors pop for sure. Okay? Thanks, everybody. You guys have a really great 2 weeks. We'll put your homework up tomorrow and look forward to a call, okay?
Thank you, Miss Jo.
You're
Thanks.
welcome. You're welcome. Okay.